So in this video tutorial is kind of a follow-up to one that I did previously, a video that I did, which was in relation to Instagram feeds and how to actually design your feeds that are going to be branded, professional looking. Everything's going to kind of flow together. So I mentioned the checkerboard and I mentioned kind of a minimalist look, and I also mentioned Canva. So in this particular tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create your Instagram feeds so that it's branded with your colors and your images and just kind of overall your look. So again, what I'm going to do is show you my Instagram just as an example so that you kind of get a sense of what I was referring to. So here's my Instagram, and I do have my picture here. And then when you start scrolling down, you see that all of my images and all of my quotes kind of look similar. So we kind of have that pink and the gray and the white, and then we have a little bit of a pop of the blue, right? So remember I was saying, image, quote, image, quote. A lot of times what I do is I do video quote, because for me, I like to promote my YouTube channel. So that's why I have my snippets of my YouTube videos there. However, overall, the look of the feed is very kind of professional and smooth. Now I'm going to show you what I did before, which wasn't so professional looking, and it was just kind of a little all over the place. So this is my earlier images. So as you see, they're still kind of nice looking and everything like that, but the colors don't really go well together. I mean, I do have some of the golds and the beiges and everything, but overall, it's not as visually pleasing to look at as, for example, starting here and going up, right? A big difference. Okay, so first what you want to do is get that Canva account, which you can sign up for free at canva.com. And then once you get into Canva, let's go in here together. We are in Canva, and I'm going to just show you how I created my quotes. So if you're going to do images in between, just make sure that you are using the same similar colors, similar filters, kind of what I talked to in the video. And I'll also put a link to the video at the very end of this video as well, so that you know which video I'm referring to. So here we go. So right here, what I did was in Canva homepage, I just chose the Instagram template. So that's all you do to get into this section. And then I created a couple of my own templates. And what I did was, as I scroll through here, you'll see I kind of chose the pinks and the dark grays and the light grays and some of the blacks and the whites. So that's kind of my whole look for my theme. And I specifically picked a specific gray and a specific pink and a specific off-white. And I mentioned you can find that on Pinterest, which is, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So that way all of your colors match exactly, and you can put in the color code to Canva to make sure that you're not just kind of eyeballing it, because everything is going to look slightly different and you want things to look as matching as possible. So here we go. We are now in Pinterest. And here is just kind of a color palette that I already looked up. But the way that you can find color palettes is you just go into your search. You obviously have to have a Pinterest account for this, you guys. So again, just sign up for it. It's free. It's so valuable. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to spell it the American way. I was going to spell it the Canadian way, but we'll just do the OR. And already you see here that there are several searches for color palettes. So, you can do bright, vintage, design, you could do modern. So I'm just going to say color palette, and I'm going to just say pastel. Why not? Okay. So here you'll actually get to see some colors that work really well together. So this is kind of similar to mine, where I have like the blue and the grays and the pinks. And let's say you liked this color palette. I mean, you can pick any color palettes here. There's so many to choose from. And up here, you can even choose the pinks and the blues and all that kind of stuff. But just for the sake of this demonstration, let's just zoom in on this one. So as you see here, these colors have codes, right? So this specific pink is going to be different than all the other pinks. And if you like this one specifically, underneath here, there's like this little hashtag and then the E2BBAC. So you would actually type that exact code into Canva, and I'll show you where to do that. So you might want to write it down. I'm not going to memorize it for the sake of this tutorial, but I just wanted to show you where you get it. You write it down and then you go back into Canva, and then when you actually pick the square, it'll show you in this section right here what that color is. So you'll click on background colors, and then you'll go to new color, and then right here is where you type that exact code in. So for me, this is my exact code that I use all throughout all my social media channels, including my website. So that's the code that I typed in here to get this exact pink color. And as you can see, the rest of my kind of palette is all of these colors, which are my colors. So some of them look like white, but some of them are slightly off gray, right? Which work really well with these. So again, start with Pinterest, find the color palette that you want to work with that matches your brand colors, and put that into Canva. And then what I did was I just kind of duplicated the square. So I kind of, at first I just created a regular square. So let me just create a new one just to show you guys. So I'll just say add a new page, and I'll just start with my brand color. If I wanted to start with the gray, I would just click on gray and it would be a gray. So let's just go back to the pink. Actually, it's this one. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the pink, and then this is where I wanna kind of start creating my quotes. So what I do is I go into text, I click on that, and you can either just do a heading, a subheading, which you can pick whatever font you want. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So the subheading will go into here, the open sans, and maybe I want to pick this one, so on and so forth. And then what I can do is I can actually resize it just by dragging it. You can also resize it up here, right? You can just kind of go to whatever size you feel is appropriate. And then I can just drag it around. Whoops. And see how there are these purple side bars and the purple middle bar? That'll show you that it's centered. So I know that if I put it right here, it is centered, okay? The other thing, I'm gonna just delete this for a second just to show you the combinations of fonts. So Canva has actually already chosen some fonts that work really well together for, like, let's say headings and subheadings, and also because you want to put your website on there as well. So let's say, for example, I really liked this font. I just put that in there. Now this might be a little too bold for me, so what I'll do is I'll actually pick a different color, and I'll just kind of go with this slightly lighter gray, and automatically it kind of gives it more of that nice neutral modern color. So I'm in here, and then I can type in whatever I want. So marketing 101, why not? That's a terrible 101. That's way too big. Anyways, I'm going to just delete that. But so you get the hint. You get the gist of it. So what I would just do is continue to add new pages, keep adding, and then I would make some of them gray, right? Because I want to stay with that gray color, and some of them I'll make pink, and then some of them I'll make white, and then I'll just continue to add those quotes. So again, if I go into here and I do this one, here I always want to put my website, okay? Because you want people to recognize that this is your quote. So don't use other people's quotes, use your own quotes, and then put your website. And that way you can just start with the initial quote. I'll actually give you an example right here. And if you are going to use somebody else's quote, make sure that in your description, in your Instagram description, when you're talking more about the quote, you are saying who it's from. So for example, I did use Ray's quote here, and I did put that it's by Ray. But if it's my own quote, I'm going to say theartofsoftselling.com, because this is something that I've said in one of my videos, so I put my own quote, okay? And then the other thing that I want to show you is if you're kind of stuck and you're not sure, how to design these these images, what you can do is go into templates, and I already put in Instagram minimalist, but I'll just say Instagram, maybe I'll say Instagram quote, because that's a recent search that I did. And here is where you can actually just select something to use. So this is something that I started with, and I kind of made it my own, but let's just use that one for the sake of this demonstration. So you'll also notice that now this is a yellow. So maybe I don't really like yellow and I want it to be my branded colors. So I'll just click on it, make sure that that part is highlighted. I'll go up here and I'll make it my pink color, right? So that way, again, all of the thumbnail quotes are going to be with my brands. So that's how you go in and you do that. Now, for example, if you want to, let's say I'll add a new one and I'll go into templates and maybe I'll choose one that has an image, maybe here. Okay, cool. So with this one, what I'll do, I'll actually use one of my own images. So I'll go into photos, and this is the images that is already preloaded from Canva, and you can use any of these images as well, any of the free ones, and you can just drag and drop them in here. Or if you want to upload your own images, you go into uploads and you would just upload them up here. But I already have some images pre-uploaded, so I'll just maybe use this one and I'll just drag it and drop it in here. I'll double click on it to make sure I center it properly. And that's it. And then of course with this, I'm going to change it to my branded colors, and the yellows I'll change as well. So you guys get the gist. The last thing I want to show you is Planoly. So Planoly.com, we're just in my account. This is something that I was planning previously for another one of my accounts. So all I did was I actually put in here. Anyway, so you could just see in here, you can put these in. These are not going to be automatically uploaded to your Instagram. It's just for you to visually see what looks good together. So as you add new images, like all of these quotes and everything are going to move around. So let's say you're not doing the checkered board thing, but you're kind of do something a little bit different. You want to see which images are going to be looking good next to each other. So you can kind of plan ahead of time which images, and you can do 12 images at a time, 20, like you can just keep going and then just move these around to see what looks best. Like let's say I didn't want that there, I can put that quote here, and then maybe this quote would be in the middle, so I'm going more for the checkerboard. And then I see this, it's like, okay, not the best one just because it's kind of like an off-white beside the white, so maybe I want to drag this image here instead. Whoops, I kind of dragged too much. And I'll put this image here. See, so that looks better, right? Because I have like the full color picture, then the white, and the full color. And I can just kind of go on and on. So that way I know exactly what it's going to look like before I actually have to upload it into Instagram, which makes things a lot easier. And I think that's it for now, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this this video, and let me know if you have any questions, if you want any suggestions for your Instagram. I'd be super happy to help. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. And please give me that thumbs up. All right, that's all for now. Bye, guys.